Welcome to Fernando's rant of the day. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for hanging out. So I'm on my way here to this vehicle deal that I've been working on for about a week or so. So I have this guy on the ropes. I've had him on the ropes for about 3 or 4 days now. And so I'm about to head over there, give him that massive uppercut and just get this deal closed. So if anyone is into flipping houses, cars, whatever it is you flip, you make your money in the negotiation table. You don't actually make your money when you're flipping. When you're at the negotiation table, this is where you have the most leverage. This is where you create your margin for selling. If you lose at the negotiation table, you're not gonna win. You're not gonna make up for it when you sell, when you flip, okay? I learned this the hard way when I when I attempted to flip my first few properties. I got so excited that I had a deal in my hands. I just signed the contract, got it done, but I didn't negotiate hard enough. I didn't exercise the leverage that I had to get the price right, so that that price could be attractive to the end buyer, that'll be below market value and give me enough profit, right? So you make your money on the flip at the negotiation table, okay? Just a little tidbit there. So wish me luck here on this deal. Now, yesterday we were talking about the most valuable skill you can have is the ability to sell, influence, and persuade. And this is what's gonna set you apart in the marketplace. This is what's gonna give you the crown jewel in the marketplace. This is what's gonna make you a superstar, okay? Now, there's a few things we talked about yesterday. 2 things. One is the conviction. And the second thing is that every sales conversation follows the same pattern. There's a beginning and an end. And we gave the analogy that what has to happen between the beginning and the end of that conversation is the sequence of events and the sequence of action has to line up perfectly for the person you're trying to influence. If not, the whole thing will fall apart and you don't have a deal and they're going to just walk away. Now, I couldn't explain everything in one video on the art of persuasion because if not, the video would have been 3 hours long. So I'm just gonna add one more piece to that puzzle, okay? So you need to develop the conviction. You need to understand that there's a beginning and an end, and that sequence of events has to happen perfectly for there to be persuasion between you and that other person. Now, I'm gonna add one more piece to that, okay? So, when most people think of sales and selling and persuasion, automatically one of the things that we're going to think of is this thing called A.B.C, always be closing, right? You've heard it 1,000 times. Always be closing, always be closing. I got it, I understand selling, it's always be closing. It's not, okay? Always be closing is very misleading, okay? What do I mean by that? So the closing happens at the end of the conversation. You can't always be closing. Certain things, now the people who always close, they know what needs to happen to put themselves in a position where they can even close. That's what A.B.C doesn't teach you. There's something other than A.B.C that you need to learn. And it's a different acronym. It's called A.I.D.A. Most people don't talk about A.I.D.A. They go right to A.B.C. And you can't, A.B.C is not gonna get you where you wanna go. A.I.D.A. will put you in a position where you can close, and always be closing, okay? Let me explain what A.I.D.A. is. So the beginning of the conversation, of any persuasion conversation, you need the A. What is the A? I need your attention. If I don't have your attention, there's no way I'm gonna put myself in a position to close. I need to get your attention. Okay, this is one of the sequences that need to happen early on in the persuasion conversation. I need to get your attention. Attention. I need your attention. If I can get your attention, now I can put myself in a position where I might be able to close, okay? Now, there's different ways to get attention. I'm not going to get into that. This video would be too long. And I know how y'all's attention span is, okay? You guys already told me. So, attention. A. The next phase that needs to happen, the next click on the combination of persuasion is I. What is the I? Once I have your attention, that doesn't mean I'm going to be able to close. The next thing I need to do is get your interest. I need to make sure you're interested. How do I do that? I need to find your hot buttons, things you already assign value to, and the things that you don't like. I need to know what your pleasure and pain points are. I need to find that out as quickly as possible, as much as possible. I need to see life through your eyes, through the lens of pleasure and pain. And this is the way I can gain your interest, because I need to know what you're interested in. I need to know what you assign value to. So it's AI. The next thing, now once I have your interest, now I have to bring you to a decision, right? There's different ways to do it. I can't get into all that, or this video would be too long. But the next phase, after I have your interest, I need to have you make a decision. You're gonna make a decision now, even if it's no. This is where a lot of salespeople start getting afraid. They don't want to lose out on the sale, so they won't bring someone to a decision. You have to learn how to bring someone to a decision. Even if that decision is no, you're gonna make that decision on my terms, and you're gonna do it now, right? So it's A, I, D, and then the last part is action. Okay, this is where you close. Once they made the decision, now you can ask them to take action on that decision, because the decision happens up here. They still haven't taken action. Once they made that decision, now you've cracked the safe, if you will, on that person's persuasion. You've learned their hot buttons. First you got their attention, then you learn their hot buttons and what the pleasure and pain points are. Then you help them, you bring them to a decision, and now you can ask them to take action, okay? So this is just another way, another layer, if you will, on the persuasion code, okay? This is how you crack the code on persuasion. There's a beginning to the conversation, there's an end, and these are the sequence of events that need to happen sequentially, logically, slowly sometimes. Sometimes it happens really quick, but in general, most salespeople are in too much of a rush to get to the close that you ruin everything. You don't crack the safe. You get 1 or 2 clicks and you think it's game over. It's not game over. You need your A, I, D, A. Attention, interest, decision, and action. Okay? Every sales conversation follows that sequence. Every sale is the same. Every persuasive conversation is going to follow that sequence. If you're not closing people on your ideas, you need to ask yourself, do I have their attention? There's a lot of noise out there, right? You got to burst through the noise with attention. Are these people even interested in what I'm talking about, or what I'm presenting, what I'm proposing? Do I have their interest? Do I know their hot buttons? Do I know what they assign value to? Have I brought them to a decision? And did I ask them to take action now? Right? So this is how you do it. Now this takes skill. Each one of those phases is going to take study and practice and understanding, widening the circumference of your understanding on each of these, okay? So wish me luck on this deal. Hopefully I could get this guy closed today, had him on the ropes. He just needs a couple of more punches to the face and to the chest, and then I got this dude, okay? So wish me luck. I'll keep you guys posted on the deal. Have a great one. Be blessed. Bye.